Gospel icon Donnie McClurkin, celebrated for touching millions through his music, is now fighting for his life, intubated and in critical condition. What exactly led to this shocking turn of events, and why are so many details still being kept from the public? You won't believe what happened next. Donnie McClurkin has inspired countless fans with his powerful gospel performances, but today, attention is focused on a shocking health crisis that has left supporters worldwide in disbelief. Confirmed reports revealed that the legendary singer was intubated and battling for his life, prompting many to question how something like this could happen to someone so full of faith and vitality. In this video, we will explore the full story behind Donnie McClurkin's hospitalization, what triggered this critical moment, and why certain details have remained under wraps. You'll hear verified facts, insider insights, and updates you won't find anywhere else. Stay tuned because the story takes unexpected twists, and by the end, you'll understand why this event has rattled the gospel community and fans alike. The most shocking revelations, however, are still ahead you won't want to miss. What we uncover in the upcoming sections dot the world first. Learned of Donnie McClurkin's dire health situation when news outlets began reporting that he had been hospitalized and intubated. For a man whose voice has uplifted spirits for decades, this news sent shockwaves through the gospel music community and beyond. Social media quickly exploded with messages of support, prayers, and shocked-out fans were desperate for answers. What caused this sudden decline, and how serious was his condition? Sources close to McClurkin revealed that the singer had been dealing with health complications before this hospitalization, though the exact details were unclear. Some reports pointed to respiratory issues, while others suggested an underlying medical condition that may have worsened over time. Despite his public image of strength and unwavering faith, even legends like Donnie McClurkin are not immune to the fragility of life. Adding to the tension, media outlets offered conflicting reports. Some claimed he was stable and responding to treatment, while others painted a far more critical picture. This inconsistency fueled anxiety among fans, who monitored every update closely. At this stage, the story transcended a celebrity crisis. It became a wake-up call about the unpredictability of health, the pressures faced by public figures, and how quickly life can change. The community rallied in prayers, sending messages of hope and encouragement. But the pressing question remained: what truly led to this alarming moment? Here's where it gets even more compelling. Behind the headlines lie details and insider accounts that most of the public has yet to hear, details that could completely reshape how we perceive the situation. To grasp the severity of Donnie McClurkin's condition, it's essential to examine the timeline leading up to his hospitalization. Sources close to the singer indicate he had been experiencing subtle health issues weeks prior to the crisis. Some insiders observed that McClurkin displayed signs of fatigue and shortness of breath during public appearances and recording sessions. For someone whose career depends on a powerful voice, any indication of respiratory problems immediately raised alarm. Yet, despite these early warning signs, McClurkin continued to perform and minister to his audience. Those who have worked closely with him describe Donnie McClurkin as fiercely dedicated, often pushing through exhaustion to serve his fans and deliver the message of his music. Yet, dedication can sometimes come with a price. Experts warn that ignoring early health signals, especially in individuals with pre-existing conditions, can result in sudden and severe complications. While the precise medical details remain confidential, reports suggest that McClurkin's condition escalated rapidly. At a certain point, doctors determined that intubation was necessary to support his breathing and stabilize his condition. This life-saving procedure is typically reserved for critical situations, underscoring just how serious his health crisis had become. Adding to the concern is the conflicting information circulating online. Some reports pointed to complications linked to COVID-19, while others hinted at an unrelated medical emergency. Fans found themselves scrolling through social media, trying to separate fact from speculation. In cases like this, the public rarely receives a full picture immediately, which only amplifies fear and rumor. But there's more to this story than just medical facts. Close friends and associates of McClurkin indicate that the pressures of constant ministry, travel, and public appearances may have contributed to a decline in his health. It serves as a reminder that even those who inspire millions are human, and the demands placed on public figures can sometimes carry serious consequences. Here's where it becomes truly alarming. Insiders claim that during his hospitalization, there were moments when his life hung in the balance. Family members reportedly stayed by his side, praying and hoping for a miracle. As medical teams worked tirelessly to stabilize him, a combination of faith, medical intervention, and sheer willpower became central to his fight for survival. Yet, despite these efforts, many questions remain unanswered. Why did his condition deteriorate so quickly? Could earlier intervention have prevented this crisis? And most importantly, what does this mean for his career and personal life moving forward? These questions lie at the heart of what makes this story so compelling. And the next section promises to reveal even more surprising details that few people know. When news broke that Donnie McClurkin was intubated and fighting for his life, the fan response was immediate and overwhelming. Social media erupted with messages of concern, prayers, and disbelief. Hashtags featuring his name began trending across Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Fans from all over the world shared personal stories of how his music had touched their lives, demonstrating the profound reach of his influence far beyond the stage or recording. The reaction from the gospel community was equally intense. Fellow gospel artists, pastors, and ministry leaders took to social media to show support, offering prayers and sharing memories of McClurkin's performances and ministry. Some artists openly admitted that they were personally affected by the news, describing him not merely as a colleague, but as a spiritual inspiration in many circles. This news sparked conversations about the pressures faced by ministers and performers, who bear the weight of community expectations alongside their personal health struggles. Churches and congregations across the country also joined in the discussion, with many organizing prayer vigils and dedicating special services to intercede on his behalf. The stories of collective prayer and community solidarity highlighted a broader reality. Donnie McClurkin's influence extends well beyond music charts or awards. His ministry has forged real connections, shaping lives in deeply personal ways. Yet not all reactions were purely emotional. Some commentators began examining the circumstances leading to his hospitalization, exploring potential causes, and discussing the importance of health awareness among public figures. Articles and videos started circulating that analyzed how lifestyle, travel schedules, and ministry responsibilities might contribute to declining health, particularly for artists who consistently put others before themselves. This sparked a wider conversation about mental, physical, and spiritual well-being within the gospel and entertainment industries. Fans were especially struck by the uncertainty surrounding the timeline of events. How long had he been struggling privately before this crisis became public? Why weren't certain details shared immediately? These questions fueled speculation while intensifying concern. For many, this was more than a celebrity health scare. It became a wake-up call about the fragility of life, even for those who appear larger than life on stage. Amid the worry and speculation, McClurkin's team issued official statements reassuring the public that he was receiving the best possible medical care. They expressed gratitude for the prayers and support. Though details remain limited, the mix of relief and uncertainty created a tense atmosphere, keeping everyone on edge, awaiting the next update. And here's where the story becomes even more compelling behind the public statements. Insiders revealed moments of true uncertainty in the hospital. At certain times, medical staff faced critical decisions that could directly impact his survival. Family members were reportedly in constant consultation with doctors, praying, advocating, and hoping against the odds. It is in these moments of tension and vulnerability that the human story behind the headlines truly emerges, revealing both the fragility and resilience of a man many see as larger than life. Fans and community members continue to share messages online, sending not just prayers but also testimonies of how McClurkin's music shaped their faith journeys. This global outpouring of support underscores the undeniable impact of his work and reminds us why his story resonates so deeply. It is a story where talent, faith, and humanity intersect, touching millions in the process. And the story does not end here. The next chapter will reveal new developments regarding his recovery, the precautions being taken for his future health, and lesser-known details about how this crisis unfolded behind the scenes, details that could surprise even his most devoted fans. As Donnie McClurkin fought for his life, the medical team faced the delicate task of stabilizing his condition through intubation. This procedure, which involves placing a tube into the airway to assist breathing, is not taken lightly. It signals a critical situation often reserved for severe respiratory distress or life-threatening complications. Particularly for someone whose career relies on the strength of his voice, intubation carries not only physical implications but emotional ones as well. Fans worldwide watched and prayed anxiously for updates while the team inside the hospital worked tirelessly behind closed doors. According to insiders, McClurkin's treatment involved a combination of advanced medical interventions and round-the-clock care. Before his hospitalization, Donnie McClurkin was known for balancing multiple responsibilities: recording, touring, preaching, and serving his community. This relentless cycle of work, travel, and ministry is demanding, even for the healthiest individuals. Following a life-threatening medical emergency, doctors and close friends are urging him to slow down and place his health first. This raises another critical question. Will McClurkin be able to sing at the same level after intubation? Medical experts point out that intubation can sometimes affect the vocal cords, depending on the duration and complexity of the procedure. For a world-renowned gospel artist whose identity is so closely tied to his voice, this possibility has understandably sparked serious concern. Fans remain hopeful, drawing strength from stories of recovery from others who have undergone similar procedures, yet uncertainty persists. Beyond the physical implications, this crisis has also elevated McClurkin's spiritual legacy. In moments of vulnerability, his steadfast faith has become a guiding light for others. Many view his struggle as a living testimony of perseverance and reliance on God in the face of overwhelming odds. For believers, his journey through this health crisis mirrors the very lyrics he has sung for decades, reminding the gospel community that even in the darkest valleys, faith can sustain and guide. Meanwhile, the community is reflecting on the lessons highlighted by his situation. Artists, pastors, and fans alike are now confronting the importance of balance, health awareness, and rest. McClurkin's ordeal has sparked broader conversations about the pressures placed on spiritual leaders and performers, many of whom carry the weight of entire communities while silently facing their own struggles. In a sense, his story is about more than one man. It speaks to the culture of ministry and performance itself. Financially and professionally, changes may lie ahead. Tours and events could be postponed, recording sessions delayed, and appearances canceled. While this may disappoint fans, it also presents an opportunity for McClurkin to focus on writing, mentoring, or producing roles that allow him to continue contributing without the physical demands of constant travel and performance. This shift could expand his legacy even further, moving beyond his voice to encompass mentorship and leadership for the next generation of gospel artists. On a personal level, friends and associates suggest that this health scare has prompted McClurkin to reflect deeply on his priorities: family, faith, and the finite nature of time. These reflections may influence his future decisions, potentially leading to a renewed focus on personal life over public engagements. Yet, here's the twist. While many anticipate a quieter chapter, some insiders hint that he may be planning something unexpected. Rumors suggest he could use this experience as the foundation for a new project, perhaps a book, an album, or even a documentary chronicling his journey through crisis and recovery. If true, this could become one of the most impactful works of his career, offering hope and inspiration to millions facing their own battles. Donnie McClurkin's hospitalization story is not just about survival. It is about transformation. Through music, ministry, or personal testimony, his legacy is being reshaped in real time, reminding us all that even in moments of weakness, there is strength, purpose, and renewal.